So we were in the car the other day driving back from work, and I was peppering Eloise with questions about the 4-day week. And what was awesome was that we both agreed that we wouldn't give it up, right?
Definitely.
There's been some challenges around it, but overall, considering everything, it's something that we absolutely wouldn't give up.
Definitely. I don't want to go back. Yeah, and I didn't understand enough to see the big picture, and I think that's what, when we talk about it being scalable for businesses and us going into so much detail, I needed to know that it could work for us, but if people asked us about it, it could work for them too. It wasn't just something that we built for Focus that was going to stay in Focus. We wanted it to be able to work for everyone that we, in our community, I suppose. Because at the end of the day, if every business can do a 4-day work week and sustain it, I think that's brilliant.
So there's obviously wins in it. What about the challenges? What are the things that we have found really hard? Not really hard, but what are the things that
impacts
that have impacted that we go, oh, hang on, we've got to watch that? What would you say, Jess?
For me, it'd be planning my day. Like, because you do have that, I have shorter days. It's just making sure I get in and actually do what I need to do. And I've found with us also too is planning our meetings better. Like we're so conscious now of not wasting each other's time in those meetings. Not that we were, but we get to the point quicker. And so I feel it was just being conscious of the work we had to get done and challenging ourselves to make sure we do it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think my biggest challenges were around clients, like not being available to clients on a Friday. Like, shouldn't jinx us, but everything kind of hits the fan on a Friday. And being out of the office on a Friday and not being able to deal with that, there was some, I suppose, added stress for the first couple of weeks, and finding that balance between, you know what, it is okay for me to have a day and enjoy this day, but also not be available for clients. I think that was probably one of my biggest challenges. And just planning ahead a bit, because we have overlap to a degree. Like, you're out Mondays, I'm out Fridays. You're out middle of the week, so I've kind of got to plan either I'm going to catch you start of the week or end of the week, but then I'm out Friday. So it all plays on your mind after a while. And I think just that time balance and the pre-planning was probably a good lesson. But
what about you? Impacts?
My biggest challenge is what we were all talking about at the start, was that connectivity piece. The fact that it is harder to find all of us in the office together at the same time. And because we're so focused on being highly efficient in 4 days, it does reduce that little bit of, just go have a chat. Yeah. Now that I've got this under control and I feel like I'm doing this 4-day thing well, I've got to swing back and find that little bit better balance again, where I do go and just check in and sit and chat. And look, we've been really conscious about it, but it's the one thing that none of us wanted to lose, and I think we've got to be really sure on.
I think that impacted the people that aren't sitting here more than us. Because the ones that aren't in the office full time anyway. I seen those guys challenged with that more than we did.
But when we introduce those intentional catch-ups, and it's not disingenuous or unauthentic, it is meaningful and it works, right? So you can plan those. You don't need those casual water cooler interactions. They can be more planned and scheduled, and they still work.
We want other businesses to do this, right? Because it's, like you said, we've proven it, and we think it's possible. We think it's great for the team, and we want others to at least consider it. Words of advice, Jess, from your perspective, what would be your one thing that you'd say to other businesses in terms of?
Don't hold back and just put everything on the table, I think, when they're talking about it, and don't just think managers know what they're saying, because obviously some of the teams are bigger than ours. Talk to everyone and have them, and I think if they've got people like yourself, Naomi, talk to the team about what they'll do on their day off. So that they know what's going to happen moving forward and how it impacts them in their non-work life kind of thing. So I feel just put everything on the table and plan it, don't rush it, and think about the little detail, because I feel I wasn't thinking of the detail, but that helped us get across the line, I think.
I would say I'm a bit like Jess, give it a crack. Like, at the end of the day, you've got nothing to lose. You're working 5 days now, so if you go to 4 and it doesn't work, you're going to go back to 5. Your employees are doing that anyway. And my other thing would be able to answer any of the questions they might have. Even if you can't answer it straight away, you need to be able to find an answer, because that was one of my biggest things. I had so many questions, it was kind of nuts how much thought was going around in my brain.
Yeah, and we do need more people doing this, because I think the impact, not only, we've seen it in our team and our families, but the contribution that we're making in the community as well, I think is pretty powerful. The more businesses that choose to take this on, we're going to have healthier, happier communities, stronger communities, more inclusive communities, if we can encourage more people to do this. But over the studies, it is really clear that people are happier, more productive, goals are hit, and we take less sick days. That's got to be a good thing.
And look, for me, it's not about the stats, it's about the impact I get to see it have on the people I care about. So thank you, Al, for laying the challenge and manipulating us. And thanks to the team for actually making it happen. I think it's